White placed her phone back in her bag after reading the text message from her friend. She was at a business party with her husband, her alpha, Jungkook. She usually had nothing to do here but always came to accompany her husband. Her friends were stupid, playful, and daring. Now they were teasing her in a group chat to make Jungkook jealous and see what he does. All of them had already placed their assumptions as to what he might do. Number 1. He might kill the other man. Number 2. After giving him the worst torture, he will execute the man. Number 3. He'll pounce upon the man and shred him to pieces. Her friends saw Jungkook as such a scary man and for sure, murder would be the only option. Ryan shook her head. Of course, she was not going to provoke him just because her friends were getting bored. She looked at her husband. His back faced her. He was clad in a sharp suit that hugged his body real well. He was with her just a moment ago. Ryan looked at her hand when he kissed before, apologizing, offering her a whole shopping spree just because he needed to talk to someone about business for a few minutes. Wine squealed. She would have agreed anyways, but of course he had always had come up with some spoiled princess treatment for every little thing, as if he was looking for spoil her. Wine, dressed in an elegant gown, was standing near the buffet table, a drink in her hand, when a man approached her with a confident smile. He was charming, his eyes sparkling with interest, and in his hand he held a delicate rose. He extended it toward her, his voice smooth and polite. Minho, for the most beautiful woman in the room, he said with a slight smirk. Was he trying to raise her up? Did he not know Jungkook and his woman? Everyone knew about them. Although she felt bad for him, he looked like he was a gentle interest in a lady he saw at a random party. Wine, thank you, but I must reject it. It was crazy how they hardly breathed, and she could already feel a strong presence coming their way. She hardly blinked. Her husband was there talking to a man a moment ago, and now he just spawned her. The air grew heavier, as if the temperature in the room had suddenly risen. She turned her head slightly, her eyes meeting those of her husband, Jungkook. His dark gaze locked on the man in front of her. For a split second, the words seemed to freeze. She blinked. She should stop being surprised at this point. He has done that 100 times before. His jealousy was beyond crazy. He was going to kill him. Minhun knew whoever this man was, his aura was a proof that no one must mess with him. Jungkook took the rose from Minho, bent it into two pieces, and crushed it. Mine's heart ached at the sight. What was the fault of the rose? Hashtag justice for the rose. Minho, excuse me? Jungkook, I might really excuse you from this universe if you don't take your head, disappear from this place within the next 30 seconds. Minho, your threats won't work on me. Minho stood bold before the woman he found so attractive, now wanted to look like a coward. Wine gulped with an internal face palm. It was cooked. Minho extended another flower towards Wine again with a gentleman's smile. It boiled Jungkook's blood. He grabbed Minho by the collar, his pheromones escaped, spreading terror in the air. That was when Minho realized that was what he was up against. Bloodshot eyes, a wolf double his size, back muscles, and a terrifying glare. Jungkook, I want to give my wife a rose in front of me. Minho, hey, it's not what you think. I was just praising her. Everyone stared, but no one dared taking a step forward to help the poor guy. No one wanted to end up burning in Jungkook's aura. Jungkook smirked. Nice gesture, he said. His grip against Minho's collar tightened and Wine widened her eyes. Wine, hey, love, it's okay. Please let him go. Her voice was sweet, soft, and calm regardless of the panic she felt inside. She knew Jungkook wouldn't hesitate, shifting in his wolf form and behead Minho right now. In fact, that's exactly what was going to happen. She softly placed her hand onto his arm and looked up at him with her most angelic eyes. It took Jungkook a great moment and force to stop himself. His hand shook against Minho's collar. He so badly wanted to do something. But if she asked him to stop, he was going to stop. Jungkook let go of Minho ever so nicely, looked at Wine calmly, and smiled. Jungkook, of course. If that was you want. Wine. She promised a long drive tonight. She wrapped herself around his arm and started to walk away with him. One looked back and she looked at the host of the party with a soft smile bidding her goodbye as she dragged Jungkook out. Everyone looked relieved. They had this expression on their face, silently thanking her for controlling his anger. Jungkook, of course I remember. You want it now? Wine, yes. And let's stop by the river as well. It's beautiful at night under the full moon. Jungkook, especially when I'm kissing you. She laughed, rolling her eyes and pinched his arm slightly to stop it before he opened the door for her, picked her up, and placed her inside. He knelt down like a shining prince and removed her heels to ease her feet. Wine, thank you, love. Jungkook, I can't do this forever to hear you keep calling me that. She cupped his cheeks and kissed his head. Her heart has been in constant melting state since she found him. He was powerful, feared, and a respected man, but when it came to his woman, he was possessive, jealous, a gentleman, like a shining knight in fairy tales.